My name is Chef Christopher Damiani. I am a proud member of the Mercy Hospital team, and I'm here to help you learn pan searing today. This is our cafeteria, or our cafe. We're very proud of it. We're proud of all the food we serve here, and we love our customers. And this is one of the things that we're going to do today, is we're going to teach you to cook, which I probably shouldn't do, because then you won't come and buy food from me. You'll know how to do it on your own. All right. I talk about being ready. It's called mise en place, or a state of constant readiness. And by getting there, I went to the supermarket for about 25 minutes. I ran through the market, and I got some pure olive oil. I grabbed some cheap white wine. Maybe I did stop at the liquor store. And I grabbed some really cheap white wine. I would get red if I was doing beef. I have brown gravy. I'm going to do beef after this, but we are going to do fish first. So I've got all-purpose flour, salt, pepper, pure olive oil, not extra virgin. Critical. I want you to use pure olive oil. It is cholesterol-free, and it has a higher smoking point. By getting to the higher smoking point, I'm going to get that pretty color that you wanted to see on your fish. Also, I have some shallots, and I have garlic. Now, if you're anything like my wife, and I love my wife, but she doesn't like to use a knife, so she buys everything in a jar, pre-cut, ready to go. You can get shallots, you can get garlic, pre-chopped, ready to go. I chopped them fresh. Fresh has a higher flavor profile. It's going to have a more robust attitude with the food. I've got some fresh parsley, which I actually had to put a knife to. I've got some lemon, and I've got some lightly salted butter. Lightly salted butter I like because it adds a little flavor, but watch it. I'm very careful with my salt. Salt is the silent killer. It's in all processed foods. It's really wild when you start looking at foods, the amount of sodium that's packed into them. So today we're going to control that. If you had a sodium issue, high blood pressure, I would use no salt or unsalted butter. Take it right out of your diet. I know it's flavorless, and you'll find that once you make the change to no salt, you won't notice it anymore. All right, now back to cooking. As you know, I'm a chef and not a rocket scientist. I put heat to protein. I use thick, heavy beige Teflon pans. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these to the fire simultaneously because I'm a skilled chef. I've been doing it for a long time. At home, I probably would say do one pan at a time. But I'm going to cook salmon and I'm going to cook tilapia simultaneously. But I'm ready because my mise en place is set. All my ingredients are right in front of me. Now, let's talk about the heat. Heat is critical. I'm going to have these burners on medium-high. So if you look at your stove, you'll have high, you'll have medium. I want you to be somewhere in the middle, and I want you to start heating up the pans. I don't heat my pans until my mise en place is all down in front of me. Now, while the pans are heating up, let's talk about fish. Fish is great. I've got 3 cuts of salmon. I've got about 5 cuts of tilapia. Anybody who knows a lot about diets and dietary stuff, which I don't claim to be the be-all and end-all knowledge, I do know that salmon, a full-flavored, high-colored fish, is going to have a lot more HDLs, high-density lipids, than this white peaked tilapia. But if I jump into tuna, if I jump into mahi, if I jump into salmon, if I jump into Arctic char, I'm getting those high-density lipids, those good oils that are so coveted in our diet. Now, I'm still heating the pans. I love salmon. I love tilapia. They are sustainable. They're affordable. They're available fresh in every supermarket in town, or you can get them frozen. I like frozen because now all the frozen fish is individually cryovac. It comes out when I'm ready to use it. If I go out and get a fresh piece of fish, do I have to cook it that day? I do. Why do I want to cook it that day? What's great about it that day? It's fresh. Okay? These I slacked out in this morning, so they're ready to go and they're nice. Now, my heat's up. I want to get down to that medium-high point. I'm going to dial it down, dial it down. By coming down to medium-high, I allow myself to dance at a slower pace. If I'm on high, I'm going to be moving a lot faster. If I'm medium-high, I can relax, I can talk, I can chew gum, I can yell at my kids, I can change the channel, I can crank some music, and I might even try some of the white wine that I'm enjoying here. So, all-purpose flour, very simple. It is a flour that is cheap, it's abundant. You could use rice flour if you're gluten-free. You could use whole wheat flour if you're trying to be healthier. It's all going to work the same. I've got a little salt and pepper. I have already put a little bit in there. I don't want to put a lot. I season my flour. So, my pans are getting hot. Wait, you can see the pan's real hot. Here's the trick. I'm going to add my olive oil. That's about a tablespoon. I'm going to put about a tablespoon and a half in this pan over here. If you look, I'm not using a lot of fat. I'm going to swirl it around my pan. There's smoke coming off the pan. See it? That tells my pan's just a touch. It's actually right on the money. Swirl it again. I'm looking for that faint smoke. That faint smoke, you see it rolling off the pan, tells me that I'm ready to take my fish and put it in there. Gently roll it. Shake off the excess flour. When I put it in the pan, I start here. I let it fall away from me. Always away from me because I don't like to get burned. I hate getting hurt in the kitchen. I wear a big chef coat. You notice the sleeves go right down to the palm of my hand. The hot fats and oils aren't going to burn me. Okay, once again, down and away. Give it a little shake. Give it a little press. I want it to have good contact because I'm looking for a paper brown bag color. That exciting color that makes it better than probably your grandmother used to make. Okay, now, same thing with the tilapia. Tilapia is a delicate, well, not so, more fragile fish than salmon. Salmon's tough. I can beat the heck out of that salmon in that plate. So we'll let this go down. It's coming up nice. Down away, I got smoke. Coming out of the pan. Same thing, shake off the excess flour. Down, away. You'll notice I always turn my pans to suit my body needs. Don't like stretching over a hot stove and getting burned. Okay, shake off that excess, and I'll put it in and down. All right, I'm gonna change out my gloves real quick. Clean up. If I was at home, this is where I'd have a glass of wine, relax, change my gloves, or wash my hands at home. Whatever you feel better doing. I don't know if you have gloves at home. I don't. I always wash my hands. I'm going to swirl gently. Okay, I want to check my heat. I think it's down a little low. It looks good. I'm getting that color that I want. Here's where your eyes have to help you. We'll get to the thermometer in a minute. What I'm looking for on that fish is I'm looking for the outside edge to start to give me a color change. I want them that pink to turn almost kind of a whitish pink. And you can see it's changing quick. The tilapia is already done in the thin sections. It's already white. And you can see it. The salmon's changing as we speak. And it's cooking at a nice speed. You can almost see if you look, I know it's hard to see, but the fish is actually cooking right through at a nice pace. I don't want to rush it too fast. That's why medium-high is good. Swirl it again. All right. This is all set. The hard work, in my opinion, is done now. Now it's easy. I'm going to look over my ingredient profile. Because I like salmon, it's got a lot of flavor. I want it to have more flavor. I'm going to throw a couple capers in with the salmon today. If you don't use capers, or you might have them sitting in your fridge, I don't know. We're going to add a couple in there real quick. All right, and we're getting to that flip, that all-essential flip. Keep watching your heat. So I'm going to come underneath, and I don't want to really fight with it. Just going to let the pan do the work. And like I said, salmon can take a beating. It's a tougher fish. I got that nice color. Whoop. Okay, so I got my nice color. Very simple. Now I'm going to grab the tilapia. This looks like it's dogging me around a little bit. It looks good. I'm going to aggressively grab it. I'm going to get underneath it. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to give this a little more heat. Just a touch. Okay, I'm going to grab this one. Flip. Oh, you dogger. Okay. Give it a little flip. All right, so obviously the flip is the trick. I'm aggressive. Turn the pan to meet your needs so you're not stretching your body around. Okay, fish looks good. It smells good. I'm almost there now. I'm almost down the path. I've made my flip. Now I want to look inside my fish. Now, if I was Clark Kent, Superman, I could just look inside it with my X-ray vision and I'd say it's ready. But obviously I'm not Clark Kent. So I have a thermometer. Thermometer is critical for me because it's going to tell me what's going on inside my seafood. And I'm going to take it, give a little sterilizing. Okay. I'm going to clean it off. I'm going to take my thermometer, I'm going to put it halfway through the product in the thickest part. I'm going to let it read out loud to me, or if it would, I notice how I pull that pan back. I'm avoiding the heat. I'm avoiding the flame of my stove right now. And my salmon's at 105.9, 107.2. It's cooking that quick. Okay, 108. So it's getting about a degree a second. So it's coming up quick. We'll check our tilapia. Same thing. Halfway through the thickest part. Tilapia's going a little slow. I'm going to put some more heat on it. I am going to add a touch more olive oil to the tilapia. Just gently. Just drizzle. And that's going to help sear it up. Okay, swirl it around. Swirl them around. Check it again. 117.4, 122. What I know about fish, 120. This one's a little slow, I can tell by feeling it, 106. Fish proteins are fully cooked at 120 degrees. They'll coagulate, they're all together. But for food safety reasons, we shoot the fish up to 145. There's a little smoke. At 145, I can kill any pathogen that's in that fish. Anything that's in there is dead. So, important to know. Shrimp, scallops, all seafood, 145. A lot of people will tell you to go to 120 if you like it real, right on the edge. And I know a lot of people are eating sushi now, which is good for you too. But let's review real quick before we go on. We have our Teflon pan. We got it really hot. Medium-high heat. We look for faint smoke. We use pure olive oil. Not a lot. You can see that there's not a lot of oil in our pans, and we're searing it up very nice. We're using heavy gauge non-stick cookware. Very smart for me because it cleans easy, and I like them. You can see that I can slide it around. It's no stress for me, but I do buy new pans once a year. So I chuck my Teflon once a year. I go to TJ Maxx, and I go to the back section where all the hidden pans are, and I got me an Emerald, and I got me an Analon pan, and I think I walked out of there for 20 bucks. You go to Bed Bath & Beyond and spend 100. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you, but I like to creep around. I go to strange, offbeat stores, and I find my cookware cheap. I love Martha Stewart's cookware. I love Emerald's cookware. I just love it all. I think they made some good stuff. They were smart to brand them and put their chefs on it. So, Emerald did graduate from Johnson & Wales, same place I came from. Graduated 2 years ahead of me. You like that? I'm a somebody now. I dropped Emerald's name, right? All right. So we're going to come back. I just danced. I call it dancing because I didn't have temperature, so I gave you a song and dance for 2 minutes, just like the waiter or waitress does. I'm going to temp my fish again halfway through the thickest part. That one's up. 148. 154. Here's the best part. Burners are now off. So my flame is off. I have no more heat on there. It's the fun part. Take some scallions, or some shallots, I mean. I'm going to put some shallots in there. Shallots are an onion. They're a nice flavor. You'll always see chefs going to. I'm not going to put any garlic in this. I could, but I'm not. So I know you have to go back to work and see your patients. Parsley, I like to play with parsley. It's good. It's good for your blood. I was raised by a Italian grandmother. She put parsley in everything. Just went into everything. So I'm putting some scallions in there now. Now it comes to my lemon. I always say, how much lemon? How much lemon? Well, I like to do a piece of lemon wedge per fish. Okay, swirl it around. Notice the burners are off. There's no more fire. So I can dance, I can relax. One lemon, I throw them right in the pan. I like to leave the lemon in the pan because the oils from the skin really add flavor. You can see that tilapia looks good. I'm going to work a little faster now. Yeah, I'm going faster, aren't I? Yeah. I really picked up the pace there. Throw the lemons in. Now I reach over to my wine. Just going to put a little in. Okay, I think I might have just put 2 ounces of wine. My pan is still off. This is deglazing. I'm gathering all the flavors. These beautiful little capers in there. Capers are a bud. They grow on a tree in the Mediterranean. I know you just wanted that tidbit of information. You had to know. Okay, they're pickled. They last forever. In your fridge, buy them, you have them. I'm going to put a little pat of butter. It's soft butter. You'll see us chefs cheat like this all the time. We were doing so good, weren't we? We were. I was going good till I grabbed the butter. I am using lightly salted butter. I like it. And I'm just putting a little in there. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I want to say about a tablespoon in each one. Now, I'm going to swirl around again. Swirling, swirling my fish on the high seas of culinary. Just going to let that slide around. I'll pull my glove off as we near the finish line. I want to thank everybody before I finish for staying, enjoying our 20-minute food workout. Like I said, it's very simple to cook fish in your home. 75% of America goes out, spends a fortune at a restaurant, gets a pretty good meal. You can go home, you can use this technique. I will show you where to get the recipe. It's always available. And have a wonderful dinner and be a hero and have fresh seafood. Now watch, I tilt. I scoop those beautiful juices up, that butter, caper, that lemon, that shallot, and I gently drizzle it over the top of my product. That is a completely done meal. Pan searing to its perfection. I'm going to swirl this around. Same thing on this one. Okay, it's a little bit on top. That lemon. Tilapia loves to drink those liquids. Okay. And as always, from our kitchen to yours, enjoy and bon appetit. Thanks, everybody. Come on up, please enjoy.